I'm Vincent Thierry. I'm the executive chef of Chef Table at Lebua Hotel in Bangkok. At Chef Table, philosophy is quite simple for me. The first, my goal is to make the good cuisine, the good food, the good plate, to make people happy. To make good plate, good food, you need the ingredients. That means it's turning from what you're going to receive today as a delivery. If you don't got the quality ingredient, it's difficult to achieve that word of philosophy of making good. Cooking never needs to be complicated, especially on fine dining segment. The most difficult is to make it simple. I think we always say that simplicity is maybe the most difficult things to target and to do it. The main topic is trying to take an ingredient, transform it as is best. Ingredient is always the base and the starting of cooking, plating, eating. Actually, I want to bring you and to telling you about the full story of sourcing ingredient and how lucky I am to be able to use the local ingredient from Thailand. Already we spend quite a lot of time of selecting ingredients. When you spend a lot of time, it's about people. For me, people is so important. When you got that combination of people and ingredient and product, usually we should connect. We're talking about relation. When you go to the farm, when you meet the farmer, the producer, you get explanation. I think actually is where the story starts. Since before I opened this restaurant, before we built this restaurant, I was already in contact with some of the farmers to start to plan, to explain to them our project, to mention to them that what I'm looking for, local ingredient, of course, it's many effort. That's also for us, finding supplier. And I think when you start to find ingredient, mostly you know who is behind. And after, of course, people and connection. At Chef Table, for me, the menu, you have to go crescendo. It's kind of tradition, culture. You got the bread and butter. The butter is very important, originally from, let's say, the north part of the France, of the country, that's where we are using butter. I decided, and again, traveling to Thailand with my family. I was quite surprised because it's more about the weather in Thailand. I didn't imagine to find farm with that numbers of cow in Thailand with 35 degrees. Of course, cow can survive. Seeing that, you start to thinking of today, it's just from 2-hour drive. I got the cream and I can make the butter here. That is a story, but it's true, it's a real thing, and I think it makes sense. Then when you realize that you can get the raw ingredient, the raw milk, the raw cream from Thailand, that means again farm to tables. And we meet Kun Priti from Dairy Home. Yes, he can make milk. But the most important, he explained to me, he made me a visit, a tour of the farm, and he explained me his way of thinking, action on the sustainability, on the organic, and he is so involved. That means again, it's the connection, it's clicked directly together. Since we opened Chef Table, I'm going to every table to serve the butter. It's kind of a good way to first meet every customer. I mean, I can't meet every single customer when I'm doing that. I think that is also important. This first meeting, welcoming, that means welcome at home. Our connection start also to receive the sample. You know, we got the different herbs, flowers, vegetables, fruits. Most of our farm are coming from Chiang Mai. Actually, I can say that I'm coming from Loire Valley, that we say is the garden of the France. But I think, if I understand well now in Thailand, Chiang Mai is also becoming the garden of Thailand. Even though we are in Bangkok, we are talking about 1-hour fly, but still, we are not in the garden. And also we need to accept, as a French person, I don't know exactly on the seasonality of the ingredient in Thailand. When it's not growing, that we need this relationship also to inform us that something is growing. Something is ready, vegetable is ready. They're also trying some new, it's not only us that we are changing the food or the dish. They're also trying to bring new aromatic herbs, new vegetables, that we need to stay connected together. Kunjak from the Sunny Day Farm is also telling us by email or by phone, the lemon is pumping now, let's go for lemon. Lemon is on the end of the season. We need to accept it's also a seasonal ingredient. Relationship is very important to understand and also to prepare the new menu. The marigold or whatever herbs coming from Green Garden. Pam tell me, chef, be careful, that is 1 more week after it's finished, for 3 weeks, for 2 months. That's very important to still and to getting connected together. Vegetable is very important. It's crucial. It's making the sauce, it's making the garniture. It changes the taste of your plate. You know, in France, our cuisine is very complex. The name of the recipes is linked with the different vegetables, the different herbs, the different condiments that you are using. I have one product, one protein at Chef Table that I have to use, and we are using that since opening, is the duck coming from France, from Challans. Then every menu, we have the duck, but we are constantly changing the recipe. And today, actually, the duck is prepared with fresh sorrel, green sorrel, coming from Green Garden. We have the flowers also coming from Green Gardens. We have the carrot coming from the Sunny Day Farm from Jacques. That means all the plate, the actual dish, is made with the local ingredient. That is the perfect example compared to the same protein, but it's actually the garnish who's making the plate. Then the logistic, we got twice delivery per week. That is ordering, let's say, 4 days in advance to be able to get it. When they're arriving at Chef Table, they have 24 hours, just harvest maximum. Very fresh, crisp, that's very important. Actually, talking with Jacques, one day I was looking for doing lamb plate, and then I was looking for fresh goat cheese. I think it's 6 years ago. Jacques bring me to Brice, then I realized that he's doing the fresh goat cheese, but actually doing more than that, the fresh goat cheese as you can find in the market in France. Then very interesting to try his whole production of a really artisan way of goat cheese. After that, we got a chance to also visit where the milk is coming from. And after that, the idea come over to me to say we have 16 different cheeses in cheese board. Very interesting to say that maybe especially our visitor, overseas people who are coming for experience Chef Table, to introduce them and to let them try a local cheese production. The test is always on your memory. That means when you test something and you find quality, again, click together. That means the connection starting there. You start to imagine to say, okay, how I can represent him. On this way, he's fighting hardly. We can see that, we saw that when we go to visit him. He's fighting hardly to get the quality milk. He's working with his farm, getting the full milk quantity from this farm, and I find that very interesting to propose to our customer. I mean, cheese is our culture. You don't imagine to do French restaurant without cheese. Then you build your palate compared to your experience, compared to your memories, and you are able to describe quality when you practice of testing. I always say to eat caviar, to like caviar, you need to eat the bad quality to understand what is good. But I think it's true with every single ingredient. And same for the cheese. You got a cheese time that is a richness, it's a lot of flavors, but also at the same time you take a breath. We calm down. And now we prepare you to the last act, who actually you will find the sweet time. That means is the time of Guillaume, and of course chocolate should be one of the last touch, because it's dense, it's strong, aromatic. Who don't like the chocolate? I mean, chocolate is the life. Also a funny story. That start, I was in the office in Lebua. We're starting to plan and to work on the project of Chef Table. He received information about local produced chocolate. Oh, I said that I love it. It's kind of the dream, I mean, for a pastry chef or even for me, to be able to say that I'm working with the local chocolate, you know. Especially in France, you are working with the chocolate from South America, coming from over the world. And here we have the chance to say my chocolate is coming from here, from Thailand. These people, this family, it was just excellent time. You got the mom who take the bean, the cocoa, transform it to chocolate. After that, you got the daughter who's making the whole marketing. And then you got a son who actually today is becoming a pastry chef, then developing the recipes. But on top of that, don't forget one thing. I'm not the one using the chocolate. Yasmin is my team. Guillaume is my pastry chef who also you need to be able and to be happy. And the story is it's happening since the opening of the restaurant. Slowly to 7 years operation, yeah. For me, the dinner have to finish by the firework. The firework is an explosion of course, sweet. Getting the feeling that your experience is become the hand correctly. It's all linked with the emotion. If we touch that, if we give you emotion, like we say, is the cherry on the cake. To run this restaurant, you always got target, you know. You need to make it happen. My responsibilities is to go for the target that people and what people expect from me. And for that, I got a chance to get a team. I also got a chance to select my supplier, to use whatever ingredient I want. Then also I handle the responsibilities of the ingredient coming from the farm, from around the world, because it is also local sourcing. It is to make sure these ingredients will be transformed and correctly served tonight to make this experience successful. And on the end, what we are doing here, it's what Chef's Table is.